Welcome back to My Family's Got Guts. Ben Lyons here with semi-final action between the Ballentine Bruisers and Webb Dynamite. Only one of these two families will head on to the Agro Bowl. The red squad, the Ballentine Bruisers, are in the lead with 250 points. How'd they get them? Let's find out with the highlights. We take it to the sky for air slalom as Robert is using that power line. Check out Keelan as knocks off a flag and clears the gate. The red team victorious. Now we take it to the track for Formula Guts. Joshua is around the corner on two wheels. Ultimately, that's where the green team lost time. The red team made up some time with a nice change in the pits. Robert over to Ralph, and they're the winners in Formula Guts. We take it to the beach for volleyball. As you see, Dan sets one. Amanda spikes it, but he misses the block. Ultimately, too many spikes. Robert to Sydney, Keelan to Ralph, and a well-oiled machine. Now, I am coming to you from the all-new Mad Mesas. These things have literally arisen from the base of the Agro Crag, and the Agro Crag is bigger and more powerful than ever. The crag is so big and so bad, teams are going to need all four players to reach the top. Player number one goes over the Mad Mesas in the treacherous ice march to base camp, where player number two awaits. Player number two then takes on the ice serpent switchbacks and the skeleton stalagmites in a bid to reach Avalanche Peak, where their actuator will now reveal a secret tunnel that will spiral them down the vortex to a new side of the crag. Then, player number three will attempt to navigate the Crag Caverns. Once out, they will cross the Glacial Gorge, which encircles the mighty monster, making their way back to the base and opening the ice portal behind which player number four awaits for their chance to conquer the vertical freeze and reach the Crystal Peak, the summit, and victory. Now, back in the prelims, Asha, part of me always thought that I could tackle the Agro Crag.
Really?
Probably not. And I know I definitely could not hang with the big monster now.
Definitely not. It's bigger, it's badder, it's meaner. And I know that our teams are probably a little bit intimidated about what they're about to face. They have to think carefully about where they want to place
That's right.
each
Strategy
person.
is that much more important here in the
It
semifinals.
is.
Only one team's going to go to the Agro Bowl. So
That's
how are we going to play
right.
a little Agro Crag now?
Well, let's go to the matchup to find out. For the Mad Mesas, we've got Sydney versus Nancy. On the switchbacks, it'll be Keelan versus Dan. In the caverns, it's going to be Ralph versus Amanda. And in a race up the vertical freeze, we'll have Robert versus Joshua.
This is going to be a good one. The semifinals have been intense so far. Break down the rules for the Agro Crag.
Well, since the red team is in the lead by 115 points, they've actually earned the maximum head start, which is now 10 seconds because this is the semi-finals. So each player must successfully complete their portion of the crag before the next player on their team can proceed. And of course, first team to the summit wins, Ben.
All right, we've got the Ballentine Bruisers and Webb Dynamite. Only one team will advance to the Agro Bowl. Who's it going to be? Asha, let's find out.
Red team, you've got a head start. You'll go on my whistle. Green team, you wait for the judges. On your marks, get set.
The red squad, the Ballentine Bruisers, have been bruising up the competition so far here in the My Family's Got Guts tournaments. There you see Sydney on the Mad Mesas. Now it's time for Webb Dynamite to explode on the rock. The green team having to make up for lost time, a huge disadvantage, but it's the red team struggling. And here you see the green team up the switchbacks. Both our teams having a good run here on the Agro Crag. The red team is getting through the Agro Crag first and being sucked into the vortex. There you see Keelan sliding down. It's about to be Ralph in the Crag Caverns. Dan right on their backs there as they're going down the vortex, and it's Amanda's turn to take on the Crag Caverns. Folks, this part is where they lose time. You don't know up from down, left from right, which way is out. You're just trying to get to the Agro Bowl. There you see Ralph struggling as well as Amanda. They thought that way was out. Then it was the other way that was out. The green team now is coming out first across the Glacial Gorge. The ice portal has been opened, and Joshua will tackle the vertical freeze first. Ralph is still struggling in the Crag Caverns. The green team, Webb Dynamite, who was down at the beginning of this match, is now up as they take it up the face of the mythical Agro Crag. Now you see Ralph getting out of the caverns, opening the ice portal across the Glacial Gorge is Robert. Up the vertical freeze. It's going to be a race to the top of the Crystal Peak. Robert doing everything he can in his power to catch Joshua and Webb Dynamite, but it looks like the green team will be victorious. There you have it. Green team, Webb Dynamite has reached the Crystal Peak. They are going on to the Agro Bowl. They had to make up for a 10-second head start for the red squad. Let's see how they did it with the replay. All right, it was the Red Squad who got off to an early lead, having some trouble with the actuators and Avalanche Peak. Those skeleton stalagmites can get nasty. The green team was down 10 seconds. They made up for it. They got through to the vortex, were sucked down into the crag caverns, and folks, this is where they won. They were able to get out of the caverns first. The Red Squad, Ralph, never had a chance in the maze back there, never knowing which way to get out. The green team, Joshua, first one to tackle the mountain on the vertical freeze. Robert and the Red Squad gave it everything they could. It was a close one between the Ballentine Bruisers and Webb Dynamite, but ultimately, the Dynamite team exploded to the top of the Crystal Peak. They're going on to the Aggro Bowl. Congratulations to both our teams, but the green squad is victorious, so take your slide to victory. Congratulations to Joshua and Webb Dynamite. They already have one piece of the rock. They're being joined by their family. Congratulations, guys. Here, talk to me for a second. Joshua, tell me what it was like to climb the vertical freeze.
Well, it was pretty exciting and all. I was having trouble finding a handhold about halfway up, and I didn't think that I'd get the head start on the climb like last time. I thought it was going to be like them where I started behind, but...
Well, you never looked back. Congratulations. You guys are going to the Aggro Bowl. Asha, come give them their second piece of the rock.
Congratulations, there it is, your second piece of the Aggro Crag to join your first piece. If you win the final, you'll get the third piece, making your own huge Aggro Crag.
Now, what can
cool.
we expect from your team as we head on here to the Aggro Bowl?
I think we're going to do great. I really think we're going to win it.
Very confident Webb Dynamite squad. Asha, what does this mean for the rest of our tournament?
Well, first, let's check out our tournament bracket, where you guys will face the winners of our other two semi-final matchups. One more question, Webb Dynamite. Do you have it? Guns!
No ifs, ands, or buts. My family's got guns. We'll see you next time.
Good job, you guys.
Congratulations. You guys deserve it.
Is that tough in the mazes out the back? Man.
The grand prize is a 7-day trip with the Nickelodeon Family Cruise with Royal Caribbean on Freedom of the Seas, the most innovative cruise ship in the world.
Now get up and milk that cow!
Okay.